What's up, y'all? Kyle Hamilton here. I want to give a quick shout out to Lucas, Connor, and Ryan in the Week 0 podcast.
Jackson rolling out, 3rd and 7 after the penalty, and it's a completion to Kuma. He's still running. Kuma breaks free against a tired defense as the Hokies deliver the dagger here in Tallahassee. Empty look for Richardson. Oh, that is danger! Oh my! Keidron Smith cuts inside, and he's gonna pick six it in the swamp. Cat scratch fever Smith.
DJ is picked off, intercepted again by Benjamin Morrison. Here goes Morrison down the sideline. Can he go? Yes, he can. Touchdown, pick six, Benjamin Morrison. Nix drops back underneath. Touchdown, Ducks. Wow. Chase Taylor.
What is up? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Week 0 podcast, where it's just the three of us. Phil is not yet here. He's still on his own time, as per usual. I'm your host, Top Left Box / What the Fuck is Virginia Tech / Duke Frat Boy. What the Fuck is Virginia Tech is a new one, Josh, that I got during our college football playoff rankings reaction stream earlier today. To my left is Ryan, Russ Zone Fravel. Below us is Josh, ACC Charity Championship Bryant, rocking that Kentucky blue.
Oh, and read his thing, because that's what we gotta have.
I can't see it because of the damn thing.
Oh.
I graciously turned on the Texas A&M job. Actually, that's something we forgot to put in here. We need to make a banner about that.
No worries, we'll get to it.
Not about that, but we'll do here. Let me do it. I got it together. Okay. But how is everybody? Josh, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was fantastic. It's always good seeing family and everybody around town. It was quite nice. Got leftovers for days.
So Lucas has time to comment in the comment section, but not time to get in the actual show.
You know what he's up to.
I feel like we should save this for last.
He's too busy. He's doing a little home on the prairie.
Save it for when Phil gets here.
Yeah.
We'll save it for when Phil
Let's
gets here.
talk about this first, because I have this pulled up already. Well, I got it, Connor.
Yeah, the Auburn. Okay, yeah. So
this up, because I'm gonna let this play.
The play.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Oh boy.
I think I've only seen it like once, and I was just flabbergasted. Oh my god!
There's the spy right there.
But there's a lot.
He's not even going to blitz.
Space to cover for Milroe. Still looking, firing, near corner. It's caught. Touchdown, Alabama.
Bond, Isaiah Bond.
Isaiah Bond. On a 4th and a mile.
That is.
There we go.
I mean, dude, Jordan Hare just is weird. Shit happens at Jordan Hare all the time now.
You got the kick six.
You got the miracle of Jordan Hare 2 weeks before that against Georgia. You got Alabama hitting the left upright, and I think that was 21. Yeah, was that 21? It was either
2019. 2019.
It was 2019. Okay, 2019. 21 apparently was another really bad. Oh, that's what 21 was when Auburn lost on the 2-point attempt. They lost on the 2-point attempt in overtime, and then this. So, bro,
did you hear what Milroe said after that? By the way,
no, I didn't.
He said, "Give me that effing Heisman. Give me that mother now. Give me that Heisman after that play."
That's hilarious because he's not in the Heisman.
And Bama fans were getting all butthurt because people were like trolling him for saying that. And I was like, well, I mean, you can't really say that. I understand, like, in the moment, but
he doesn't. I mean,
See, yeah, look.
Whatever.
Lucas says, "Give that boy
Get
to
that boy to
Heisman."
Heisman. You better get that boy to Heisman, I tell you what.
Oh man, but no, like seriously, what a way to lose if you're Auburn. I was so fully like watching that entire game. I thought Auburn outplayed Bama for the majority of that game. Man, and I also think this game makes me not as high on Alabama as I was literally 30 minutes before the game was played, because Auburn was able to run down Bama's throat with ease. Bama had trouble defending the read option like most Nick Saban teams do. But no, seriously, like I think Georgia's gonna kill Bama. I don't think it's gonna be close with the way that they performed against Auburn. I know it's a rivalry game. I could be overreacting here, but I think this makes me realize that Alabama's not as good as we thought.
So let's talk about Auburn a little bit right here. It's kind of crazy. Auburn plays the two best games in losses.
Georgia and
Like they played Georgia, only lost by a touchdown.
Yeah, something like that. It was really close. Like they were, I think, tied at one point or pretty close to it.
Yeah, I mean, if this isn't the definition of throw the records out, it doesn't matter. It's the Iron Bowl kind of game. It was nuts. I loved it. I think at one point ESPN's FPI had Auburn a 99.9% chance of winning.
I think it was on that right before that fourth and goal from the 31. I think it was right that play right before.
It was.
Like that is some like Atlanta Falcons shit to happen to them. Like the Falcons famously.
That's Seattle.
Not
giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch. That's
well, it's not even that. Like that's it. No, okay, that's a little. But like the Falcons, like famously, like I want to say like 3-4 years ago.
28-3. We all know it. You don't need to explain it. Just say
no, not even that. It wasn't that. It's something else. In like 2020.
The Falcons were choke artists for about 3 years.
2020. They were choke artists. They literally had, I think, 4 games. What's up? I think they straight up had like 4 games where they had like 97+% chances to win those games and lost all 4 in 2020. And they ended up not winning the division because of it.
Womp womp.
Don't worry, Auburn. You played them real tough. You just didn't win this time. Everybody remembers the kick 6.
Hey,
right,
don't send
on to the next one.
Josh, don't send a Tiger to do an Aggies job, right?
That is true.
I don't know. They didn't do it. Let's move this one on, boys. Next one.
All right.
Florida State escapes the swamp in the process, potentially. I think their backup suffered a concussion on their last drive that got them the lead. Or I think they got them the lead. Or extended their lead, at least.
Whatever it was.
I never watched. I was working, so I didn't get to watch a lot of these games.
I watched honestly, I don't know who was refereeing this game. I didn't know if it was ACC or SEC referees, but man, I'm telling you, the first couple series, about 3/4 of the way through the first quarter, I thought Florida was going to win this game just because Florida State was just getting the short end of the stick on a lot of. I mean, there was a couple calls that was. I mean, one was just a football play. They called roughing the passer. No, they didn't call roughing the passer. They called unnecessary roughness.
See, Josh, I'm gonna let Connor explain to you why that's roughing the passer. Connor?
It's not roughing the passer. They didn't call roughing.
What they did is they didn't gently lay him down on the ground, put a pillow underneath his helmet, put a blanket over him, give him a hot cup of milk to help him go to sleep. Read him
it wasn't even Graham Mertz.
It
wasn't even Graham Mertz. It was
either way. They didn't put him down nicely.
Hold on, guys. One of you name me Florida's backup quarterback to Graham Mertz right now. I can't do it.
It's not Emory Jones.
Can't do it.
Not Emory Jones because he's at Arizona State.
Oh
Emory
Jesus!
Jones. I don't remember. I think Cincinnati.
Oh my
Cincinnati
god,
sounds right.
Cincinnati. You're right. It is Cincinnati. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god.
Goodness. Well, good on Florida State. Seems like the injury bug just keeps getting them, and man, they're facing a tough team in Louisville. They might lose to them. Who knows?
I'm saying if they somehow beat Louisville and make the playoffs somehow, this would be a worse Florida State team than the Florida State team from the first playoff, the 2014.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I was considered like
Yes.
the worst defending undefeated team of all time, because at least up until that point, because there were so many times they should have lost. They should have lost to you guys, Notre Dame, right? And then you had
they got a stimulus package, offensive PI call for a rubber out that would never existed on a game-winning touchdown.
They just were so lucky. They were TCU before TCU last year.
No. They were worse than
thin
TCU.
air getting these wins. I got you.
But no, I disagree though. If they had, I'm saying like with the backup, yeah. But if they had Jordan Travis, I would completely disagree.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Jordan Travis made that team. That's. I mean,
you know what, Jordan
that
Travis.
goes without saying.
Jordan Travis is to Florida State what Max Duggan was to TCU, if that makes sense.
Kind of, yeah. I still think Florida State has better pieces than TCU did.
Who cares about FSU, Michigan, or Georgia Ducks in 4?
All right, get that comment over here. I want to.
I just really hope now that.
So hold on. Let's also touch
Washington.
on Florida. Let's also touch on Florida on this one.
Okay.
All right, because my record prediction for Florida was correct.
Would you say 6-6?
5-7.
No, Josh, give me a high five. Game I said 5-7 too. Give me a high five, buddy.
Let's go, buddy. Yeah.
I remember, Josh. I don't know if you remember when we posted our record predictions on our Twitter. Florida fans threw a fit, called us, many names.
Well, they thought Graham Mertz was the answer.
We already,
to their credit, he played well. He played well stats wise.
He was better. It was just the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Florida fans, this is what you need.
Stop it. Get some help.
Man, I tell you what, Sunbelt Billy down there, his seat's getting hotter and hotter. It's already hot down in the swamp. Oh, you guys saw the video of the Florida State players cutting a piece of the turf down there?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they're down there. I don't know how they got a knife on the field. Number one. Number two, they're cutting like pieces of the turf in the end zone.
So I don't. Virginia Tech doesn't do that. What they do at Virginia Tech, what they'll do is in road wins, they'll take a few blades of like grass or turf from that field and put it in their the lunch pail that they used to have. They have like a new lunch pail.
Okay, is Virginia Tech like the weird kid of college football? That's kind of what it sounds like.
They do it after every win.
Oh man!
Hey man, tradition is tradition. I'll say that.
That's just what they did.
All right, go for it, guys.
So I think. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Oregon. Yeah, skins the beefs. Nice beaver. Thank you very much. Do you not know from the Naked Gun? Naked Gun?
I do. I'm familiar.
Are they going to skin the Huskies next? That's the real question. I think so.
Are they going to huck the Huskies?
Huck the Huskies, yeah.
Huskies. So they're like what, like an 8-point favorite or something?
No, 10. They're a 10.5-point favorite now. Yep.
Wow. Okay. How the turntables, I guess. So
turntables have turned.
Oregon, in the last Civil War, for a while, probably for the foreseeable future.
They don't call it the Civil War anymore. They just call
I'm calling it the Civil War. I don't care. They can call it the Grand Dispute all they want. I don't care.
Okay.
But they Yeah, this game was over pretty quickly,
Yeah.
considering it was played on Thursday night, Friday night.
Friday night, yeah.
Friday night. Man, it's the Pac-12 going away party.
You know what? And what's sad is Oregon State had a chance to do something special and make a statement to Oregon and Washington in the final weeks of the season and be like, you know what? Screw you guys. You guys didn't want us to come with you to the Big Ten. Well, we're going to win the Pac-12 and the Pac-12's finest last year and the most Pac-12 thing to ever happen. And they blew it. They blew it.
Well, it wasn't a Pac-12 after dark game.
Yeah. Well, it also was in Eugene, so I mean.
Oh no, we've got Lucas.
Oh no.
Now
Hey,
it's
we talk
Lucas.
about the Ducks. We talk about the Ducks. I had to hop in. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Are you a long stay for the show now?
No, he's in his truck.
He's gonna stay
I'm
for
in my
about a
truck.
minute.
I just got home. But then you guys started talking about the Ducks. Yeah, 9.5-point favorites over the Fuskies. I think the country, I think the nation knows what's about to happen. The bloodbath that's about to take place in Vegas.
If
this
they
weekend.
what would happen if they win though? If Washington wins?
If Washington
obviously-
wins, I might
Yeah.
find the nearest cliff.
That would be the most Oregon thing ever is to
Oh no, that was the perfect thing to end on. What?
You should have left after that. You should have just left after that.
and that,
Lucas.
but no, that would be the most Oregon thing ever is to be one win away from the college football playoff and to blow it. That would be the most Oregon Duck thing ever.
Oh my God, Lucas, you know who your quarterback is.
Bo Nix.
I'm
The
not worried
ghost
about
of
Bo.
Bo Nix.
I'm not worried about Bo Nix.
Okay.
I'm not worried about Bo
Alright.
Nix.
What,
If
Vegas?
I'm worried about anybody, it's going to be our coaches. If Dan
Well-
Lanning can call a good game, I'm all for it. I am a little
Look,
bit
if
worried
Dan Lanning can
because
give up the ghost and kick field goals and punts versus going for it on fourth down all the time, I think you guys will be
yes,
fine.
100%. I'm also worried. So we have out yarded, I guess is the word that I can
Yardage.
use for that.
Outgained.
You got yardage.
Outgained. There you go. We have
Outgained.
outgained.
Yeah, the better way to
We
say
have
it.
outgained Washington by over 200 yards in the last two games we played, and lost both of those games. So we're winning these games, and we're just not winning these games. We have to stick it to these fuckers. Have to. By the way, Michael Penix might be hurt. He has fucked up ribs. He might may
He'll
or may
play with
not.
those.
He may or
He'll
may
play
not be in this game.
He'll play with those in the
He'll play with those
Pac-12
until
championship.
until Mateo or Jordan Birch gets in there, and then he might be sitting on the sideline. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Oregon's going to dominate this game. I don't think it's going to be close. Also, shout out Jonathan Smith for telling his team that he's going to go to Michigan State before the biggest game of their lives. Shout out
Wait, was
him
that,
for
wait, did the
giving
news
them.
break before this game?
He told them before the game. Yes. He told the team that before the game that he was taking the job.
So he pulled the Mario Cristobal.
What a
No,
dumbass.
not even.
No.
not
Mario
even.
Cristobal just dipped, if I remember.
No, but Mario did it after. Mario did it after we lost to Utah.
But
in the Pac-12
wasn't there
championship.
speculation that night before the game? Because I remember Herbie and
There
them were
was
talking about it.
speculation. There was speculation.
But
for
he,
sure,
but he agreed beforehand.
But he didn't tell them. Like Jonathan Smith told these kids that he was going to take the job.
Wouldn't that be worse though
before-
to find out through your ESPN app than from your coach's mouth before a game?
I would have told no.
No.
it's worse
my
before
God.
the game. Why would you tell them before
Absolutely
the
not.
biggest game of the
to
season?
have
Tell them
one last
afterwards.
hurrah to win the game.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
you got to
they're
think
gonna
about it
play
this
harder.
way. You got to think about it this way. ESPN, I mean, they say bullshit all the time, so you don't have to believe
Yeah,
that.
like
If your
like
coach
Mark
tells you,
Stoops being hired at Texas A&M.
well, no. That wasn't ESPN.
And that was 24/7.
That
that
was
was a fan.
24/7.
That was a fan revolt. They didn't want him.
He's like, no. After I beat
Oh,
you,
we'll have plenty of time to talk about that.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
talk about that. I'm going to go inside. My last comment on the Ducks. They look fantastic. There's zero reason why Bo Nix shouldn't win the Heisman Trophy, especially if he wins this game. Even if he has a good game in this one, I think he wins the Heisman Trophy. And like Dan Lanning said about old LSU down there, we're still playing football this weekend. I don't see Jaden Daniels playing no football this weekend. He ain't good enough. So enough said.
Hey,
Bo
just
Nix
so
is
you
the
know,
Heisman.
Lucas, if you guys lose to Washington, we're gonna call Dan Lanning Land Danning.
That's
After.
okay. I'm okay with that. You can't. He's Dan Lanning. He's better than Ryan Day. He can't be Ryan Day. He can't be losing to Washington 3 times. That can't be happening.
So if they lose, you're gonna
All right,
want him fired.
He's no third baseman.
All right, let's get a good Skodox going.
Let's get into the real team that we need to talk about here.
Skodox!
All right, see you, man.
Kentucky.
Dude, imagine if Oregon makes the national championship and then they lose to Georgia.
45-3.
No, it's not. No. It'd be even more devastating if they lose on like a last-second field goal or something, or like
No, it would be hilarious. All right,
no, Lucas would be.
Let's talk about it.
Imagine
boys.
losing to Louisville, right?
I mean, Josh doesn't know.
I don't know what that's
I
like.
know, and so does
I've
Ryan.
actually forgotten what that. Hey, you guys know the thing I do with Michigan and Ohio State and how many days it's been?
How many
You know
days
that,
has it been
right?
Yeah.
Okay. It has been 2,194 days since Louisville has beaten Kentucky in football.
That's terrible.
You tell them, Charles. There are children who have gone to their first day of school who have never seen Louisville.
Was that 6 years?
That's terrible.
5. It's 5 years.
Huh?
5 years. 5 years.
Wait, how many days? 2,000 what?
2,194.
That's terrible.
All right. Cut it out, Charles.
Okay.
I did the last time Louisville beat Kentucky. It was November 25th, 2017.
Oh,
So
you mean
actually,
6
yeah, it is 6 years.
6 years.
6 years because they didn't play the COVID year.
Oh, okay. I
Oh
didn't realize it
man.
had been that long. I kind of forgot that you guys have actually been, at least besides this year, have been kind of good in football.
Let's talk about the fact that Devin Leary tried selling this game so hard with that pick.
I didn't see the game. What happened?
His arm got hit when he threw.
He's getting like tackled, and this dude's like, I'm gonna throw it anyway. I hope somebody catches it.
That was a bad one. That was probably the worst throw he had all that game. But
When
my
that happened, Josh,
God.
I don't know about you, bro. I was like, damn. Kentucky's really about to blow this shit, aren't
They didn't. They didn't. Oh man, don't you like it when like Jack Harlow gets L's down?
they?
L's down all around. L's down everywhere, boys. L's down.
Well, I'm
down
glad Jack Harlow was happy because then he had a fucking because he just had a terrible Thursday performance in Detroit that we had to listen to.
What? Oh, you think he wasn't happy with his inflatable and tarp?
And his inflatable icebergs,
Bro.
Dude, that was such. I didn't even hear it. And I
Harlow's
could
down
tell
bad this week.
Hey, Josh,
Harlow
since
was
you were
down
talking
bad this
about
weekend.
the kids that are going to the first day of school that have never seen Louisville beat Kentucky, this is their parents.
Dude, they're so mad. They're so mad.
Like, Louisville
Louisville
fans?
fans are so mad. Dude, they're like, we had 10 wins. We're going to the ACC. And you have no idea how many like, Louisville fans on Twitter are like,
no.
Kentucky playing this weekend.
No, Josh, I understand. I understand completely how Louisville fans are. Trust me.
Dude.
They beat Notre Dame, and they thought they were winning the national title. That's what they thought.
Hey, do you know what what's 0-2 in at Cardinal Stadium
Notre
this
Dame.
season? What's 0-2 at Cardinal Stadium
I
this
don't
season?
know.
You don't know? Top 10 teams, baby. Let's go. Let's go. I think what really won it for Kentucky, honestly, is that they just hated Louisville more.
The hatred keeps you alive.
The hatred kept them alive. All right, I think that's all we need to say about this one. You guys thinking Louisville's going to
VT
do okay
smacks
in their
UVA.
championship game?
They're gonna get killed, I think.
I hope. Who do you? So what's the projected bowl game for you guys right now? What's like the most common?
Oh, for
projected?
Kentucky?
I've been seeing like the Duke's Mayo
Bowl. Yep.
So real quick, since you mentioned that, I've been seeing VT. Some have said Duke's Mayo, but the most common is the Military Bowl, which is in Annapolis, which is right close to where I grew up. So, and I'm going to be home on December 27th as one of my days off after following Christmas. So I might, if they're there, I might go to that game and then use a PTO day to come back on Monday or the 28th. So
yeah, very nice.
Anyway, but VT finally is able to go to a bowl game because they smacked the fucking shit out of UVA. 55.
How good does that feel?
It's great. VT, that win is actually the most points either team has ever scored in this rivalry. 55 points.
VT did more damage to UVA than the school shooter.
Oh my god.
Dude. You know both of them had those, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about schools in Virginia and that happening. I just no idea. But so
And it carries over to
Virginia
North
Tech-
Carolina too.
Virginia Tech found something, right? They were able to actually
And look,
get that
just
offense
lost.
going.
We had like 4 people watching, went down to 1 person because of that, Ryan. Jesus
Yeah, because
Christ.
of that. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think it was because they were like, oh, they're talking about Virginia Tech. Come back later when Phil's on. For real, we need Phil up here. He brings so much. Especially to his channel.
Okay, so what were your, I mean, I'm guessing you guys did. What were your guys' quick thoughts, I guess, if you want to give them or something?
I wasn't able to watch the game, but I saw the score and I was like, I bet Connor's really happy right now.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't watch the game either because it was Virginia Tech UVA, and everyone knows James Madison is the best team in Virginia. So,
well, no, that's
job.
Liberty. That's actually Liberty now.
The Liberty Flames. Wild.
Yep.
So, good job in getting bowl eligible for the first time in, 3 years?
No, you were bowl eligible 2 years ago. You played Maryland.
Yeah, we were.
Fenway Bowl.
We should, yeah. Well, in Brent Pry's second year, being bowl eligible.
Yeah.
It was good to see such a turnaround, being 1-3, and then being 1-3, and then going 5-3 the rest of the year. At least in the ACC, we did pretty much what we were supposed to do. You know, all the teams. We literally beat like the 5 worst teams of the ACC in terms of like conference record. We lost to 3 teams. Then we lost to 3 teams that are ranked in the top 20 of the AP of the polls in Florida State, Louisville, NC State.
Hey, you guys went on a win streak after you lost to Marshall. I'm telling you, something about when your team loses to Marshall.
Well, what pisses me off is like if we had obviously it's a what if that we have no idea, but if Drones had started the entire year, I think we probably could have finished 8-4. We probably would have won that Marshall game, or not the Marshall game, maybe the Purdue game, because that was just a terribly mismanaged game where they put him in on the very last game to try and go tie the game.
Oh my god!
Instead of letting him play the entire second half when Grant Wells was injured. So
yeah. I think Grant Wells getting injured was an excuse. He was playing like dog water, so.
Well, no, but he actually suffered like a lower leg injury. He literally couldn't like step into his throws. He was throwing ducks in the second half.
Yeah, he was. And if I remember, before the leg injury, he thought his receivers were 15 feet tall.
Yes, that's also true. But then we also were playing in a rainstorm so severe that we were on a 5-hour delay. We had literally had
Hey,
5
Ohio
hours.
State. Okay, we get it.
What?
You're blaming the weather for bad play.
No. I'm just saying, that's
I
there
know.
was,
It was a long
literally took
delay. It was
9,
the.
the game
I
literally took
remember.
4 hours. Yeah. So
I know.
anyway,
while we hold on. While we talk about this next one, I'm gonna pull this up for all the.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. If you were
What was your soliloquy, sir? I wasn't finished typing your novel.
I know. I wasn't done with my soliloquy. I'm not allowed my soliloquies every once in a while.
No, you get your
I let
soliloquy.
Ryan go on 15-minute rants.
Here you go. You have the spotlight now, Connor.
You already ruined it. No, I'm just glad to see that they rebounded. I'm excited to see how it goes going forward next year. And we get Drones back for another year. Tootin, our best running back, is back for another year. He's only a junior, so he probably is back. So there's a lot of excitement, I think, going forward next year. And also our non-con is really fucking easy next year. Other than having to play at Old Dominion again.
So before we get into this last one for all the Michigan fans, and Phil, I'm gonna play this for them because I know they want to hear it again. Mello, if you're still in the chat, man, RIP. But we have to do it to you.
The wide receiver at the top of your screen. McCord looks, fires, intercepted. Rivalry, and Michigan will win the game and head to the Big Ten championship.
I hate that announcer.
Had to do it to him. Had to do it to him. Show him again, 3 in a row. First off, Josh, what were your thoughts on this game? Did it go how you thought?
I mean, how much worse would this have been if Harbaugh was on the sideline?
I don't think that makes much of a difference, in my opinion.
I think it did.
He put in the game plan for Shamar Moore.
Doesn't matter. I honestly think he would have. This game would not have been closer. I think Michigan probably wins more handily. With
It's
Harbaugh
not like
on the
Shamar
sideline.
Moore called a bad game.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just think it affected the game. But even without their head coach, Michigan still got the job done, got the win, and good on your Wolverines. That's 3 in a row, and some Ohio State fans starting to turn on Ryan Day over this. And they aren't the smart ones, but they are getting upset.
Actually, a lot of Ohio State fans, because I was in a lot of spaces with some, they don't want Ryan Day fired, but they don't think it was Ryan Day's fault. They're blaming completely good old Kyle Honda McCord for this season.
Is he not the next CJ Stroud? Is he not better than CJ Stroud?
That's what I thought too, man. I thought
I could have sworn they said that. Huh.
They want him gone next year. Yeah. I mean, the game kind of went how I thought. I didn't think either team was going to be able to do too much on offense. Both defenses kind of showed up. My thing is not really if Jim Harbaugh was there, would this game made a big of a difference, but watching this game, if Ohio State doesn't have Marvin Harrison Jr., this gets ugly.
Probably.
Really quick. Marvin Harrison is the only reason this game was even close. But yeah, slow clap for Michigan beating Ohio State for the 3rd time in a row. I told Phil this. Since you beat them 3 times, you can't call them little bro nem yet, but You can call
Round
him
of applause. Round of
little-
applause. Round
little
of
step
applause.
bronem. That's what they'll be called until next year.
Nope. They are the other state. That's what they are. I can update this. It has currently been 1,459 days since Ohio State has beaten Michigan.
That's terrible.
Yeah, you tell him. Hey, Moose. Moose is here. Hey, I will say this, Moose. Mello was in here earlier.
He
when the
left
stream
before we
started
played
posting.
the.
As
he
soon as
left.
he saw Phil wasn't here, he dipped. But here.
The minute we played that Kyle McCord interception, he left. Moose. Anyways, Texas A&M hires Mike Elko.
This has been confirmed, right? This
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
like
it's confirmed.
right?
He got his
this is
introductory press
100%
conference
confirmed.
today.
We have the contract out. It's
Wasn't
done.
wasn't he like a former defensive coordinator for them like a few years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, congrats. Obviously, he turned around Duke. Duke's not going to be back to being absolute trash, not having Leonard or Elko there.
That's what happens in non-football schools.
That's true, but they still have basketball to carry them until they lose until they lose in the second round of March Madness, like usual.
The fact Duke was good this year, and they still couldn't have anybody to watch their games on a Thursday night.
Oh my god, I remember seeing that. Oh my god. Not even that, like Duke, North Carolina, and UNC, both of them like could not fill their stadiums. NC State actually will fill their stadium, but.
Did you guys see how they celebrated Mike Elko's hiring at the press conference?
No, I didn't see it. What happened?
It was cringe.
Oh, God.
It was very cringe.
I think Texas A&M is what happens when you let. I don't know if I should finish this sentence. It'll be all right. Texas A&M is what happens when you have too many white people like secluded from the rest of civilization out there in College Station. Like they start thinking weird stuff is cool, and nobody really stops them. And they just like this is where you get like the midnight yell, the weird dance that they do.
Hey, Moose. Appreciate you being here.
Adios, Moose.
Moose, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to us. We appreciate you being here, man.
The Week Zero Productions. Thank you.
Week Zero Productions.
Right. But I just think it's funny what happened before they hired Mike Elko. So there was that big blow up, right after Kentucky beats Louisville.
Mm.
And it happened about midnight that night. It broke out 24/7.
Wait a minute, hold on. I got
Whoa. Phil,
shut up.
You just missed Moose.
Moose just left,
He
and
left?
we already finished
just
talking about
left.
Michigan, man.
Wait a minute.
Get it back on.
Phil really
Connor.
is on his own damn time, isn't he?
So, guys, I found it. This is what happened after they did his introductory.
Oh my god,
This is
this
how
is not going to
cringy
be
this-
fun to watch. Oh god.
I'm telling you, man, that's what happens when you just have too many white people not being told that that's not cool.
That's the war hymn that they do. They do that after every game.
I
Not
know,
being
but
told
come on,
that
that's
that's not
cringy
cool.
as hell.
Yeah, nobody's told them that. Nobody's just like, you probably shouldn't do that, guys. It's weird.
Wow.
Somebody took a picture that was
Oh,
there
why?
and said, "Why does Texas A&M's press conference always look like a cult initiation?"
For real. Dude,
Wow.
Oh no. No,
Mike
no,
Elko.
no, no. Wait.
They flew him out there at 2 a.m.
Damn it.
They're all wearing them Texags like hoods and shit. Got candles lit.
Okay, so I guess we can quickly go back.
man.
Is there anything else we need to add to this?
Texas A&M.
Now, does this
Fans
guarantee
freaked out
that they
about
finish better than
potentially.
before?
Hold
They
on.
finished better than
Hold on.
8-4
Before we do that, I just want to point out the irony of Texas A&M fans saying no to Mark Stoops, but then saying yes to Mike Elko, which is like a wish version of Mark Stoops.
Let's take the head coach of a basketball school. That'll work out.
Head football coach of a basketball school who's defense-minded, has had mild success, and we think he's going to take us to a national championship.
Yep.
Womp womp.
Okay, Phil, let's get back. I guess we can quickly go back to it. Obviously, you
We
talked about it.
definitely need Phil's take on this.
Phil, why are you 55 minutes late?
Well, I had to do family stuff. So
Okay,
family stuff.
Yeah, well, hold on a second, Connor. You don't grill him like that. Come on, man. Ask him about the game. I'm not asking why he's here so late. What about the game, man? First off, thoughts on the game and the future of this rivalry?
yeah, so well,
I'm sorry,
it was,
I didn't mean to be rude. I apologize.
no, it's cool. The game itself, I thought it was a good game. It was Ohio State came to play. That being said, the inevitable is the inevitable, and Michigan is inevitable. And of course, the Honda McCord did exactly what I thought he would do at the end, and he threw it to us. Nothing was more. Look, winning that game would have been satisfying on its own, but nothing was more satisfying than winning it because the Honda McCord threw it to us.
I mean,
he wanted us to have it.
Yes, I will fully admit, both Lucas and I were fully thinking the game was going to end 31-30 because you were only because you kicked the field goal and you couldn't get the touchdown on that drive before.
Yeah,
you know when I was reviewing that play,
to happen.
Because Phil, before you hopped in here, I showed the final play.
Yeah.
If you watch that play, if Kyle McCord has 2 extra seconds in the pocket, he had Marvin Harrison Jr. wide open, and it could have went for a touchdown.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
No. I know. I'm saying like we're blaming. Like I don't think it's fair for Ohio State fans to blame McCord in that situation because you have no timeouts. He's getting killed.
Was it third down or was it fourth down? Was that fourth?
It wasn't. I think it was first down. It was first.
I think
down.
it was first down because it was after the fumble.
So here's the thing, right? You don't blame McCord for that one, even though he did just throw it straight to a Michigan player.
Well,
all right,
he was getting hit. His guard let him down. The left
I was
guard,
about to say you blame the soft O line.
Right, but either way, right? The optics of it. He is the quarterback of the team. He was the one with the ball in his hand for the other state last, and it went to a Michigan player, and it was lovely.
He dropped the ball. He clearly dropped the ball, though, Phil. We all know he actually dropped it.
Right.
That's his elbow, man.
No, I will say that Roman Wilson touchdown. I know how you guys feel about it. I still think that was an interception.
I don't know how it can be an interception because here's the thing. Even if you are saying that, like, it's either because his knee was down when he had the ball, right? He still has the ball. Well, if what do you mean he never had full control?
That's what the ref who was like the guy.
No,
that they have
he didn't lose control until
the guy who they have on, I can't remember his name. I think it might be
I know what he said.
He said, well, if you watch the catch, he caught it and then
he caught it. So
he caught it
and established possession. Crossed the goal line with it.
What he's saying is the pass hit his hands. He turned, and so if you watch the replay, he turns. The ball then moves and it adjusts a little bit. And then that's when Burt came in, smacked the ball, and then as they were going to the goal line, ripped it away from him. So the argument was that the official said it's hard to overturn that call, but if we had a chance to review it, I would say it was an interception because the receiver didn't have full control of the ball. Did not because it bobbled. You can't have full control and it bobbled. So I'm saying, like, I'm not saying it was right call because it's not. He said it's hard to overturn because it has to be indisputable evidence, but it was close.
Excuse me.
I
By
think-
the
I
way,
think
they got
the
the
best
call
thing
back. They got the call back because the play before they threw the interception, he did not catch that ball, right? That was an incomplete pass as well, but they called it a catch and fumble that they recovered 25
Oh, that
yards
was a
down the
catch and
field.
fumble. Me and Lucas both
There's
watched
no
that
way that
live.
was a catch and fumble. No
He
way.
caught it, turned upfield.
He didn't turn it all. What are you talking about, man? He caught
Me
the
and
ball.
Lucas both said it was
He
a fumble.
caught the ball. Homie gets, well, in slow motion, everything looks like a fumble, right? But in real action, he caught the ball. He didn't even get 2 steps and he was getting the ball swatted. But I digress. Either way, we beat him. It was satisfying. The pass that JJ made on the play in question, by the way, was ridiculous. He put that between 2 defenders like on a rope. Nobody's making that throw in college football.
Very nice.
All right, let's.
Very nice.
Arkansas is close to rehiring Bobby Petrino. Hide your equipment managers.
I was going to say hide your Harley Davidsons or hide your motorcycles, but okay.
I was about to. Well, the Harley Davidson dealership down in Fayetteville is just like,
They're like, oh man, we're gonna make.
oh, Bobby is coming back to town.
I like
just
it.
can't believe they're actually doing
They should have
this.
never fired him. I don't think he should have been fired.
For the relationship he had?
Absolutely
For the
not.
scandal.
For the consensual relationship between 2 consenting adults, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This was back in the days of what were they called? Morality clauses. And stuff. So you had to look like a good person in front of
I
everybody.
mean, I get it that the thing that comes into question is like the people in positions of power, like dating subordinate people. I get
Subordinates,
that,
yeah.
right? Because it could be looked at as that could be murky, right? But again, 2 people that consent to something, it's a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I
real
don't-
slippery, especially when you're riding your Harley
I
at
just,
night.
I just hope when he inevitably quits, he doesn't leave a handwritten note or a printed out note in each locker. I just hope he doesn't.
Is that
do
what he did before?
What
That's
did
what he
last
did
time?
when he left. That's what he did when he left the Falcons. He literally.
Oh, wow.
I think he literally printed out like a note and put it in each person's locker that he was leaving. That was like 12 games into the season. Like he left halfway.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it was so bad.
The
'cause
time
he
it
was-
took to write these letters, you could have said to me what you're doing.
That could have been an email, dude.
It's
What's going on?
insane to think that he's a name that doesn't even come up when you think of worst head coaches in NFL history.
Bobby
it's so,
Petrino?
it's so
Yeah,
innocuous.
yeah, you
Head
don't think
coach.
about that.
Well, because he's
You don't-
not memorable.
You know why? It's because you remember Arkansas. You
Louisville?
remember Louisville. Yeah, that's what you remember him as.
You remember Lamar
Remember
Jackson?
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, Lamar
29.
Jackson, and then
Those-
afterwards he didn't have an offense because he was relying too much on Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, that was still a pro style offense. Lamar ran
Remember
in
when
college.
he thought Malik Cunningham was the next Lamar Jackson? That's
Bro,
how-
you thought Malik Cunningham was the next.
I
Lamar
thought
Jackson.
he was.
Sit down.
Okay, do we have any hot takes? Not really. Probably not.
Not really. Probably not.
The ACC championship, just give it to Louisville. It's a charity bowl.
Okay, I guess Heisman top 5.
Week 13.
Heisman top 5
Is
after
it
rivalry
people
week.
worthy of this?
Yeah, there's 5.
I don't think there's 5 people anymore.
I think
I don't
there
think
is.
so either.
No.
And
Well,
you-
Ryan, since you think there's 5, please go first.
okay, I'll go first.
I'll go. No, I got it.
I'll go ahead, Connor.
In no particular order: Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Michael Penix.
That's it?
Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he'll get some.
I
No
don't,
way.
I don't think anyone
He'll
with a
get some
working
downgrades.
brain would
If
go
he'll
for him.
finish like 4th, he might still be at the 7th.
He shouldn't be. He shouldn't even get an invite.
Yeah, I also believe that.
All right, I got 5. So number 1, Bo Nix. Number 2, Michael Penix. Number 3, Marvin Harrison Jr. Number 4, hold on. Number 4, Jaden Daniels, and number 5, I'm going with Carson Beck.
Oh no.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
What? No. All right, Nate. What was Carson Beck's Heisman moment? And also, what stats does he have that suggest he should be there?
He's the quarterback of the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, that's the most ridiculous argument I've ever heard.
Who else are you going to give that 5th spot to?
Nobody. It doesn't have to be 5.
I'm giving 5.
I think I'm with you. I mean,
I don't think Jaden Daniels, a guy that can't play this weekend, should even sniff the Heisman Trophy. He's a stat stuffer.
Well, Carson Beck has the 6th best QBR in the country.
I don't
He's
care,
the best
man.
QBR in the country. He's got the best stats.
What did he do in the biggest games?
He's got the best stats in the country.
Nothing.
Dude, he does.
Hey,
oh no. Oh, you're talking about Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels, yes.
Oh yeah.
We don't give the Heisman Trophy to the guy with the best stats. We
also don't give it to conference champions either, apparently. Okay, so besides all the argument and stuff, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, that's only 2. I can only see those 2.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being real, I think Michael Penix is even out, unless obviously he has a chance. Although at this point, do they still count? Are they counting like conference championship?
Yeah.
That can help. That's not
cool.
everything.
So he has a chance, I guess, to make a statement if he throws for something like 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns against Oregon, and wins, by the way, then okay, right? Otherwise, I think it's just Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. At this point, I would give it to Bo Nix. Although I think Jaden Daniels' numbers are ridiculously nice. I don't think he's a stat stuffer because before he got injured in an important game against Alabama,
he wouldn't have beat Bama anyway.
I mean, that may be true. I'm not saying it's not the truth. I'm saying if they didn't beat Bama, it wouldn't have been because of him. Because at the time that he was injured, he had more passing yards, more rushing yards than the opposing quarterback.
My issue with Jaden Daniels is because
and the score was tied. Bama had just gone up.
His stats are heavily skewed. For one, his defense is absolutely god awful and trash.
Okay.
So he gives them multiple possessions to go out there and score.
So it's 2 ways to look at that, Ryan. It's 2 ways to look at that. It's one way is the way you're looking at it. The other way is to say, if he doesn't go score or go put up the numbers to get
so then why wasn't Sam Hartman when he was at Wake Forest the Heisman contender when he was in the ACC title?
People were talking about it,
but he didn't make it. He didn't make it
because his numbers still never actually were.
They were amazing. He was averaging like 5 touchdown passes a game. I mean, he had 7 touchdown passes last year against a Clemson defense that was top 5 in the country.
So he should have made it to.
And they still.
I know. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like if we're going off of stats, I could name you 30 guys that should have made the Heisman Trophy. Then
last year, Hartman only had 38-12.
I'm talking not talking about that specific year. I'm talking about 2021 when he took Wake to the ACC.
Well, he threw he threw double-digit interceptions like every year of his career, bro.
Yeah, 39. And then who was the Heisman Trophy winner in 21? Bryce Young. Let's look at his stats.
I feel like Bryce Young, Joe Burrow, guys like that deserve the Heisman Trophy, not Jaden Daniels.
Why? Because Jaden
Daniels no. Because they put up great numbers. But they also won in the most important moments in the most important games.
Okay.
Bryce Young won in 21, right?
Yeah.
47-7 for touchdowns.
And the reason
nearly
Lamar
5,000
won it,
yards.
like people will say,
Caleb
well,
Williams last year.
No,
Caleb
no.
last year. Caleb Williams last year had 51 total touchdowns between rushing and passing.
Yeah.
Right. So it's your argument about the stat stuffer is he has to be that good because the defense is that bad. If he's not as what he is, they're not.
but you have to win games. You can't
He
lose
still
3
won
games.
9 games.
9 of
He
them.
can't
And the thing
control
is,
what happens to the defense.
so he performed against Florida State when he got drugged by 24 points.
He actually had a decent
In the second
game.
half, what were his stats? Because I could tell you they weren't very good. He was amazing in the first half, but he sucked.
So hold on. So is every Heisman winner great in every game of that season?
No.
I mean,
name me Jaden
the
Daniels'
likelihood
Heisman
of
moment.
that.
Name me his
You
Heisman
said what?
moment. Name me Jaden Daniels' Heisman moment.
When he scored 49 friggin' points to beat Missouri.
Missouri's defense is god awful.
Missouri.
Man, I just don't. You can't.
decent.
There's
No, they're not.
The thing is, you can
not that
say
good.
these things about so many teams, bro. Like
What
what is
okay,
Carson
I
Beck's
was very-
Heisman moment? No, tell me Carson Beck's Heisman
I only
moment.
put Carson Beck there because he's a winner, and he's at 5.
He's
anyway.
a winner, or is Georgia a winner? They
But
won
anyway,
the last 2
also, my
Heismans.
thing is,
I
like,
mean,
last year
2
with
championships,
with
bro.
Caleb Williams and Max Duggan, I was very pro Max Duggan because that dude meant so much more to that TCU team than Caleb Williams did. Caleb Williams had a stacked offensive roster. The defense was trash. Obviously, he's going to have better numbers.
Oh,
Max
I can
Duggan-
give you a better.
Max Duggan was a winner.
Daniels' worst game, even in the losses, the worst game he had was the Alabama game where
Where he didn't finish.
Where he didn't
Yeah,
finish.
he got injured.
We're looking at
halfway
first
through.
half
He still
numbers.
finished- and that was still the lowest completion percentage. That was still over. Actually, no, sorry, Florida State was his worst, but over 60% completion percentage, nearly 220 yards
But that's
passing.
the only reason people want to give it to him is the stats. That's literally
He had 163 yards rushing. What the fuck is wrong with
Lamar
you?
did that
Right.
too.
You said what?
Lamar did,
And Lamar
did that
won
way
the
more.
Heisman, didn't
Because
he?
there was
Right.
nobody
Lamar
else there that year.
lost 4 games the year he won the Heisman. Okay,
What were the other
it doesn't
Heisman
matter
candidates?
about always the wins and losses.
Where were the
Doesn't
other?
always have to
He
matter.
also
I mean, I
almost
don't
beat-
know.
He
who was
also
there.
almost beat the number 1 team in the country that won the national title.
Yeah, and he also lost
So,
to Kentucky
are you
that
giving
year.
him credit for almost
Yeah,
beating?
he lost
because
because
if
he also got
That
blown
is
out by
a
Houston.
ridiculous.
Lamar also got blown out by
Phil,
Houston and lost to
That's a
Kentucky.
ridiculous argument,
if
man.
his receiver,
I'm not giving you credit for almost beating someone. This is
if his
horseshoe.
receiver knew how to get a couple extra yards, Louisville beats Clemson.
Great.
Oh,
They did it. He did it, and they did it.
Like that blowout game, that crazy shootout game against Missouri against Mississippi Ole Miss. 75
Ole Miss's defense is
75
trash.
yards completion percentage.
Ole Miss does
75
not have a trash defense.
They do.
They do
Every
not.
year they have a trash defense.
Oh my god!
You're talking about Missouri?
You that. You
No,
don't
Ole Miss.
understand.
Hold on.
Don't
What was
understand football, bro.
what was
Bro, he came back and beat Texas A&M last week.
Lamar Jackson?
Does Texas A&M have a trash defense?
So Lamar
No.
Jackson won it over Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, and D.D. Westbrook.
And you're gonna tell
That's
me
pretty stacked.
that that no one else was competing.
Well, Baker
that year.
Mayfield and D.D. Westbrook were only there because they played in an air raid offense, and Deshaun.
I'm pretty
Deshaun
sure they
didn't have
made
a
the
Heisman
playoff,
moment
right?
that year
They went to the
until
playoff that
national
year, right?
championship.
Yeah, they went to the playoff.
But they were only
didn't
there because they were in the air raid offense.
because they had an air raid offense, right?
Oh my God! So
Deshaun
because
Watson won the national title that year.
okay, so then why
But
was
because they had
hold
an
on,
air raid offense.
why wasn't Bailey Zappi up for the Heisman when he broke the single season record for most passing touchdowns and yards?
Because he wasn't playing against Power 5
Oh, so we're
competition.
gonna give him
You-
crap, but we'll prop up Jaden Daniels for throwing for 6 touchdown passes against Georgia freaking State. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry that he threw for
No,
6 touchdowns.
we'll do it because he
when
because he had a
40
75
touchdowns and
percentage,
4
400
interceptions.
yards of
That's
passing.
more impressive. What
For 100 yards
what
against
Bailey
Ole
Zappi
Miss.
did was more impressive because he did it against with less help. That's more impressive to me.
Bro, I just
Jaden Daniels
I
has 2
want
of the
to
best
know.
receivers in college football.
Ryan,
If
I
Ryan,
will bet
listen
you
to these
right
stats.
now.
These
Ryan,
numbers had the same record on any
listen
other
to
team
these
in
stats.
America, you would be saying he's the Heisman Trophy.
No, it doesn't matter
for
that he's
that.
at LSU.
Nah,
Listen to
I
these
doubt
stats,
it.
Ryan,
I disagree.
Ryan, listen to these stats, okay? Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. 3,812 passing yards, 11.7 average yards per completion, 40 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, with a 208 quarterback rating.
Cool.
Which is the highest in the
his
country.
overall record?
1,134 yards rushing, 8.4 yards per rush, 10 rushing touchdowns.
What's his overall record and for his team?
Why
His
does
Heisman moment, by the way, he had a game where he had 300 passing,
Nobody's better than
250
him.
It's like
rushing.
the conversation I had with people about Russell Westbrook when he was winning MVP. Yeah, you know why he's putting up all these triple doubles every year? Because his team sucks. That's why, and he had to do that to make his team win.
Does he get punished?
Ryan, none of your
because
arguments
the
make
rest is-
sense. None.
Ryan,
None of them.
Ryan, your
Not
argument
a
makes
one.
sense. Why is he
makes
being
sense.
punished because his defense is bad? That makes
He
no
shouldn't
sense.
be rewarded for not winning in the biggest moments in the biggest games. That's what the
Oh,
Heisman
I'm sorry
Trophy
he
is.
got injured in the Alabama
Where does it say
game.
that? Tell me, like,
not a
read
requirement.
like this. That's
not a
your
That's what
requirement.
the Heisman Trophy. That's what it means to me, is a guy that shows up in the biggest moments in the biggest games, not just
Okay,
stats.
well that's not what it is.
I value winning.
By the way,
more than stats.
the your argument, even against like Russell Westbrook, you know how many other players there are that played on trash teams? By the way, Russell Westbrook was dragging those trash teams to the playoffs.
LeBron literally carried a terrible Cavs team to the finals.
And
by
LeBron
himself.
didn't win an MVP that year.
No. But that's not even my argument. My argument is that there are other players on trash teams that aren't doing what Russell Westbrook was doing. There are players on great teams that weren't doing what Russell Westbrook
But Russell
was doing.
Westbrook, his stats were skewed because of that. Like when he
No,
played
bro.
on an
But
actual
the
good team.
point is, there
The
were
only
worse
reason that
teams
his team
than
was even
OKC,
winning was
and
because
the
of
best
him as
player
well.
on that team wasn't doing Russell Westbrook numbers.
So why isn't LeBron winning MVP every year when he's the best player in the league?
Well, because it's not an award given to the best player in the league.
Also,
You don't win it
Ryan,
because
I'm going to
you're
tell
the
you
best
another
player
reason
in the
why.
league.
I'm also going to tell you another reason why is voter fatigue. They're not going to give it to him.
Oh,
every
but they'll
year.
give it to Steph Curry every year.
He's only won it three. Like
What are you
twice.
talking
He
about?
won it like twice in a row. LeBron's
So-
never done that.
LeBron's never won twice in a row.
4 or 5 times.
He's
it
never
4
won it back to back. Steph Curry was like
That
the first
doesn't
ever
need to
winner.
matter.
This is an asinine argument.
My point is that to me, what I value is winning over stats.
Ryan,
Great.
well, I can guarantee
Everyone
you
can
this.
have their opinion on the
Ryan,
Heisman.
I can guarantee you this. Jaden Daniels is going to be there, and he's going to finish probably second behind Bo Nix, if Bo Nix like shits the bed against Washington, right, has a
It's
terrible
Jaden
game.
Daniels.
Then it's Jaden
He
Daniels
better
who's
not.
gonna win it.
He better
Doesn't
not.
matter.
He
Doesn't
better
matter
not.
what
He
happens.
will.
No.
So
What should
let's
happen
say that
is
happens, by the way, Brian. Let's
Yeah.
say Bo Nix shits the bed. Who
And
are
Michael
you
Penix
giving
plays?
it to?
Michael Penix. That's who I'm giving it to.
Even okay. What if Bo Nix? What if the final score?
Look up Michael Penix's numbers then.
Oh yeah. Hold on, because I have Jaden Daniels' numbers right here. Go ahead.
Let me do that.
Let me posit a what if, right? So what if the final score to the Pac-12 championship game?
Okay, here we go. Okay, Michael Penix Jr., who probably will be a finalist. Completion percentage. He had 280 completions out of 427 attempts for a 65.6 completion percentage. 38
Daniels has a 72.2%.
That's skewed. That's a
completion
skewed
percentage.
stat.
That's not skewed
Sam Hartman has a better completion percentage.
because he threw 12
A lot
passes
of
this
us-
season.
exactly.
Buddy. You're not
But
winning.
that's what I'm saying.
3,899 yards. 3,899 yards.
3,812.
32
more yards
touchdowns.
Huh?
Michael
32
Penix has more
touchdowns.
yards.
40 touchdowns.
8 interceptions.
4 interceptions.
163.3 rating.
208 rating.
rating
And
is a terrible stat.
negative 14 yards rushing. And 3 touchdowns.
1,134 yards rushing.
Michael Penix also doesn't run as much as Jaden Daniels.
Which makes no sense. I always thought Penix was a running QB because the
No.
play I always think of him making.
No.
was the one that
He's a pocket passer.
Oh, I didn't. I always thought he was a runner because I remember that the 2-point conversion he didn't actually get against.
When he was
even
in
when people
Indiana,
were
he was
popping up
definitely a
Jaden
running
Daniels,
quarterback.
Oh,
I
that's what I'm
remember
saying.
after that Alabama game, people were like, "Oh, Jaden Daniels, he should win." Blah, blah, blah. Bo Nix had more passing yards still. Like, my thing is, Bo Nix probably has more passing yards and doesn't have the ball in his
Okay,
hands nearly
pull
as
up Bo
much.
Nix's.
I got
Pull
Bo
up Bo
Nix.
Nix's.
I got him.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Dude, we could do this all day.
I don't value.
So Bo Nix definitely
putting up good stats.
has a higher completion percentage. What is it? 78.6.
78.6. Yeah, that's higher.
3,906 yards.
Mm-hmm.
More yards.
37 touchdowns.
So it's close.
More touchdowns.
2 picks.
Less picks.
189.8.
Not a higher QBR.
159 rush yards and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, way more rushing yards.
In terms of total touchdowns and yardage, Jaden clears him by 1,000.
Look at the opponents, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the SEC is
Please
better.
look at the opponent.
Oregon's played better.
Let's look at opponents.
Oh my!
Let's do
Oregon's
it. I got
what?
it.
Yeah, Oregon's played better teams. They played better defenses. Oregon State has a better defense than freaking Ole Miss.
Okay, Florida State.
He sucked in that game.
Mississippi State, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Missouri, Auburn, Army, Alabama, Florida, Georgia State, and Texas A&M.
Name all the good defenses on that list.
I got you.
Name other than
Texas
who
A&M.
has a good defense out of Colorado, Washington State, California, USC, Arizona State, Oregon, and Utah. Maybe
Oregon
Utah.
State and
One.
Utah.
You got
Oregon State and
one.
Utah. No, Oregon State and
Oregon
Utah.
State and Utah. Wow.
And what
Wow.
did Bo Nix do to those
Amazing.
teams? Absolutely drug them.
Amazing.
Man, you really like
Amazing.
using that word drug when it doesn't exactly always work.
When you
Doesn't
beat a
work.
team 38-7, that's dragging somebody.
Who did they beat 38-7?
Or they beat Oregon State 31-7. They beat like Utah like 38-7.
Okay.
That's more impressive than
Just-
beating Arkansas 38-35. I'm sorry.
But it's only more impressive. He doesn't play defense, man. He can't stop the other
well,
team
if he's
from
that good,
scoring.
why isn't he scoring 60 points on Arkansas?
Why does he have to score 60 points on Arkansas to be good? Are you saying he's not good?
I don't
Why
think
is
he's
it-
as
why-
good as people think.
You're moving the goalposts, and
He's
I
the
don't
same
know
quarterback that played at Arizona State that was overrated there. Like,
Oh my god!
Oh, I've got his stats for Arizona State, too.
This
Let's
is
hear him.
incredible.
Okay. His first year, 2019, he had a 60.7% completion percentage, 2,943 yards, 17 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 355 rushing yards, and 3 touchdowns.
so he was mid.
Wow. Okay, cool.
17 interceptions to a 9.5 or 8.5 touchdowns and pick rate is ratio.
17 touchdowns is
Yeah,
not a
that's
lot.
mid.
That's mid, bro. That's so
as a
freaking
true,
mid.
as a true freshman, I'd say that's
As a true
decent and
freshman
impressive.
for Arizona State.
And then
You acting like they didn't have players
and then
back
he
then.
beat a rank, and then he beat a
I'm
ranked
acting
Oregon.
like their roster would still
They had the
put
best
them.
receiver in college football when Jaden Daniels was there.
Oh my god.
Who, Ayuk?
Because of Jay.
Yeah.
And who was throwing him the ball?
Brendan Ayuk's good in the NFL without Jaden Daniels.
Brandon Ayuk was not the best receiver in
At
college
that
football.
year, yes, he was.
Boy.
God, who the hell?
fair.
Oh my god!
All right,
Why are
bro.
we now?
Either
looking
way,
up
final
Steven
thing on this.
Even
People value this award differently. I don't like to give it out to just a guy that puts up great stats. If that was the case, then there are multiple guys that
so
can
Caleb
Are
Williams
you
should
saying
have won
Ayuk was the
last
best
year.
receiver when you had Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Terrence
He
Marshall?
just said he talks out the side of his neck so much it's ridiculous. Pause.
Brendan Ayuk also
like-
played on Arizona State.
and yet he's not better than Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Brandon, right?
LSU.
Like ever.
Are you kidding me?
Not
It doesn't
one point at one point in his life was he better than them.
Oh my
I don't know.
god.
I
He's
thought he
still
was the
not
best
better
receiver
than
in
him.
college football.
Oh my god,
No, he
Ryan,
wasn't.
you
Anyways,
would give
Anyways,
let me wrap this up. All right. So it's obvious to everyone except Ryan that there's like 2 or 3 people who can win this award, and
and Jaden Daniels is one of them.
No.
I fully
Mm-mm.
believe that Jaden Daniels is one of them.
You know what? If he wins the
He's had a
Heisman, I won't
phenomenal
count it.
season.
I won't count it.
You're not going to count it
season.
because you're not going to count it. Really?
That's gonna hurt his feelings, I'm sure.
Oh man,
Wow, Jaden Daniels is really going to
Not my hashtag, not my Heisman.
not your Heisman. Okay, cool. He'll be
Not
on the
my
Heisman
Heisman.
House commercials.
And I wasn't the only one last year that thought Max Duggan should have won it over Caleb Williams. There were a lot
I
of
think
people.
That's
that
cool.
thought-
That's different.
How's that different? Max
What do you
Duggan
mean,
didn't
how's
have
that
the
different?
numbers that Caleb Williams did, but he won fucking games. He showed
Okay,
out in the clutch moments.
we don't have that situation anymore.
Oh my god.
We do. We have
In
2 guys that
heaven.
have won games. Bo Nix and
Who's
Mike
who's
Duggan.
undefeated?
Did
Who's
Caleb
undefeated
Williams
and
not win
putting up
games
good
last
numbers?
year?
He lost
I'm
to
really
Utah
confused.
twice.
Yeah,
Who's
I know,
undefeated?
I know,
Who's
but
undefeated
you
and
said he
putting
didn't
up
win
good-
games.
He got embarrassed against Utah.
No,
In the national title.
don't you dare! Don't you dare! They
What?
never got blown out by Utah. That
Yeah, they
was
did.
a tough game,
Yeah, they did.
bro.
In the Pac-12
that
title?
first one,
No, the
Yeah.
Pac-12 title I'm talking about.
the
They got blown
Pac-12
out.
title was not blown out. Dude,
Yes, it
no,
was.
that was.
It was like 47-23. It was like it was a blowout.
I'm remembering the first
What,
game.
didn't he
man,
get
it was
hurt in
back
that
and
game?
forth.
Oh, don't give me that. USC fans will say he was hurt. He wasn't hurt. He was still able to play.
I know. Okay, whatever, guys. Let's move on from this.
We should just stop because I don't.
Yeah,
we don't have any
actually,
series
this
of numbers.
might be a good stopping point.
This might just be a good stop. Meme team of the week, Auburn. That's about it.
Well,
Wolf. But
what are y'all doing in the end zone?
Hey, you know
Fuck
what?
around.
I can't wait to do our Week 0 podcast awards because I'm not voting for Jaden Daniels for anything.
We know it is
Dude,
because Brian
yeah,
Kelly
what we
is
need to do-
free
what
up
we need
here.
to do-
You can't stand that he's successful in another
because
school
the
because you hate him.
Brian Kelly's not successful.
the Heisman is going to be given at what,
First,
8 or 9 o'clock on
hold on.
December 9th, right? I think
Hold
it's
on.
like
Evidently, Brian Kelly has Heisman winning trophy quarterback and 2 of the best receivers in college football, and he still goes 9-3. Imagine.
Yeah, because the SEC is a really
No, don't give me that. You
Yeah.
can't be like, oh, LSU's
It's
really
one team.
good, man.
Name one team that has played 4 top 10 teams in the last 5 games of the season. Name one.
Top 10.
Top 10 teams.
Who has LSU played that's 4 top 10 teams?
I'm not talking about LSU. I'm talking about Kentucky.
No,
he's
that's-
talking about how
Oh, real
different
quiet.
SEC
Huh? Oh,
is.
but the SEC's weak. SEC's
Okay.
down.
But my point is LSU was supposed to win the SEC and make a playoff this year. They
Bro, they
didn't.
won the SEC championship game last year in Brian Kelly's first season.
They didn't win it. They got drugged by
They
Georgia.
made it.
They made it. I meant they won the West.
And they
won
had
their
4
division.
losses.
They won their division.
Come on, man.
Ryan,
Marcus Freeman,
Yeah,
Ryan,
they beat
record
Alabama
was
last year.
that's it.
okay, Phil looks like he's just fucking done.
I got you. Real quick.
No, wait, real quick. Ryan, we need to react to the Heisman, especially if Jaden Daniels is there. We don't have to do the whole
We
2
will.
hours. Just be there. Right,
No.
Right.
If Jaden Daniels wins the Heisman, I will
We'll kick you off the
absolutely-
stream. No worries.
We'll kick you off. We'll kick you off so that you can go smash your TV. We'll
No. You know what will
No.
happen? I'll buy a Jaden Daniels jersey, put it in my fire pit with snow and all, and I will light that motherfucker on fire and post it on
He's
social
burning
media.
effigies. He's so.
That's what I will do. I will spend my money to burn something. I don't care.
Oh, my
Man,
God.
that is a high energy response brought to you by W Energy, guys. W Energy, it's powdered. You mix it with water. Guys, it's fantastic. Really gets me going in the morning. And honestly, I take it before I go to the gym. Gets me a little bit pumped up. It's not pre-workout or nothing, but it does give you some
Messy.
good energy. Keeps you sharp. Keeps you going. Use code. Get Nathan off of there. Use code WEEK0 at checkout. Get you 10% off your order at W Energy. W Energy, that is W.GG. W.GG. Use code WEEK0. 10% off.
Messy.
Messy, definitely messy,
Yeah.
definitely messy, and
Oh,
we definitely need to be.
commented that.
And we definitely need to. We'll stream. We'll
Jordan
start the
over LeBron.
stream in the last like 20 minutes of the Heisman ceremony, just to react live, just to see Ryan potentially.
Wait, and if Notre
literally-
Dame plays LSU in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, we're live reacting to that, right? Because
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1000%.
No, we
For
definitely
sure.
need to. No.
No,
If only just to see Brian Kelly eating a Pop-Tart.
he's not going to eat a Pop-Tart. Sam Hartman's going to be eating that Pop-Tart.
Did you see? I love how
The same Sam Hartman who you said was trash after. Like, I
Hey,
love
you know
how
what?
Ryan's like goalpost move.
Oh my
Hey, you know
God.
what? You know
It's
what?
fluid.
He's good
It's
enough
fluid.
to score on that trash LSU defense. That's for sure.
All right.
But anyway,
No, we definitely. If it is LSU versus Notre Dame, we definitely need to react. But
yeah.
Let's wrap it.
Ryan, continuing with the shitty takes. This has been the Week 0 podcast. We'll be back on Thursday for more shitty takes during our predictions of championship Saturday.